Hey everybody, it's Ben with Conserve Ohio. So what am I doing here and not outside? Well, I've wanted to start a new kind of series where a few times a year we sit down and we kind of just go over some of the news of Ohio and maybe even nationwide outdoor news, conservation reports, different things like that. So we're going to start here today. So this isn't going to be anything crazy today, just a few brief topics that I kind of wanted to go over and make you aware of. Now, if you're an Ohio resident, I highly recommend you pick up a subscription to Wild Ohio, or you can just find it online. But the magazine's like $5. You can usually just add it on whenever you buy your hunting license every year, which is what I do. But it's kind of cool to get a physical hard copy of something, and it just contains some news, some hunting regulations, different things like that. So you can kind of stay up to date and in the loop as to what's going on within the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. So two things stood out to me in this edition, right? For the 2025 spring turkey season results, looked like we harvested just over 16,000 turkeys, which is up quite a bit from last year and the year prior. So in theory, that's a good sign that the turkey population is on the incline. For a lot of years, we've been really worried about the turkey population in Ohio. And honestly, I still think we're kind of in a weird spot. But to see that we've harvested more and it seems like the population is doing significantly better, we might see bag limit increases in the near future. The second thing I wanted to talk about was deer management permits. Now, the ODNR has kind of done something interesting this year where they're allowing hunters to use those permits on public land. Now, this is only for antlerless deer, right? So you can't go out and buy a bunch of these tags and then go out and shoot a bunch of bucks, right? It's for antlerless deer. But they're only $15, and I think what this gives hunters the option of is if you're a resident, you buy your one either sex tag and you harvest and tag a buck, right? You can then go, instead of buying all your other tags, if you want to take a few more antlerless deer, you have the option of just this $15 permit, right? Which allows you to harvest these deer a lot cheaper because the tags can get pricey, especially if you're going for that statewide 6 deer bag limit. So it's just an interesting thing. I think the ODNR is kind of seeing the pretty crazy jump in antlerless, just doe populations in general. And I would guess that this is probably an attempt to kind of curb that population and just bring a little bit more control in by allowing the hunter, a cheaper option to do that. So deer management permits on public and private land this year, where before it was just on private. Now you can of course find all your trapping and hunting regulations now on the ODNR website, right? They have that up and available now for the 2025-26 season. So make sure you check that out. I downloaded the app, it's super easy that way. Few housekeeping things, right? Deer, the bag limit this year, same as last year. 5 antlerless, 1 antlered deer. Now you're gonna have to do that in multiple counties, but it's a good option, and I'm glad to see they kept that in place. At some point I would like to see them increase that. That's just my personal opinion. I think that the population is much higher, and maybe that's what they're trying to do with this management permit deal. That's about all I have for you today. I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what you think about this. Just trying something new. I'll see you later.